give account for their deeds. We extend to you the peace and blessings of the one Lord. In the language of the Holy Quran, Assalamu alaikum. That is, peace be unto you. We thank you for attending this occasion to honor our brother, Donald Chopin, real trailblazer. And I want to say just a few things, just brief things about Ramadan and the preparations for Ramadan and the challenges that comes in the month of Ramadan and fasting. As we know, fasting is a discipline that has been given to all the people of the book. The Jewish community fasts, the Muslim community, the Christian community fasts. And some people will ask, well, where do you find the Christian community fasting? And I find them fasting in the Genesis. I find the relationship between the Creator of us all in his conversation with our father Adam. He pointed out to Adam that there was a tree in the garden. And that tree could create serious problems if he was to consume the product of that tree. So Adam, in that situation, he was told to stay away from that tree. When he was told to stay away from that tree, he was told to fast. He was told to abstain from those things that was on that tree. For us, we understand that tree not to be a physical tree, but he was told that the things on that tree would hurt him and would certainly bring about his death. And from that story, we know that there was no physical death that took place. It was moral, spiritual, intellectual, and psychological death of the human creation. He said, if you eat from that, you will surely die. The world that we live in today, it is that tree. And if you're eating from that tree, you will find people around you dead morally. They're selfish, they're greedy, insensitive, they hate, there's racism, there's no love and respect for the family. Matrimony is not on their minds. It's a world of just play. So during the month of Ramadan, God is telling us to stay away from that tree. And if we are participating in that tree, it gives us an opportunity to take a look at ourselves and make the necessary changes to bring ourselves back into order. Our religion requires of us to be strong enough and courageous enough to find your own self guilty when you are out of order. It requires you to call yourself back to the order and the discipline that God has prescribed for you. When we have a new car, the minute we take that new car off of the lot, we become responsible for the behavior and the conduct of that new car. That new car is under our administration. We're responsible for maintaining that new car, making sure it has all of the elements required to keep it working in a good working order. We're to keep that car clean. So when we come into this life as little babies, it's just a matter of time before we become responsible for ourselves. And in being responsible for ourselves, the world has this big tree waiting on us. It is called the culture of death. It's the death tree. It's the tree that takes us away from the responsibilities that God intended us to have in this world, to love and cherish each other, to promote goodness, to advance truth, and advance the relationships we have with people. This is what Ramadan does for us. When we look into the mirror as Muslims, we see two sides in the mirror. We see two things in the mirror. If we're looking correctly, if we're looking honestly, and if we're looking sincerely, we see two faces in the mirror. We see our strength in the mirror, and we see our weaknesses in the mirror. We see our friend in the mirror, and we see our enemy in the mirror. And that makes us know that the struggle in Ramadan is between our friend and ourselves and the enemy in ourselves. We have to be able to identify what that enemy is, the means, the method, the strategy that enemy is using to take us off course and take us out of the order that God intended us in.